Big rivalries, big wins, and continuing legacies. Since 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference has been more than just a league. It's been a movement. From the roaring crowds to sold-out stadiums, year after year, SWAC leads the nation in FCS attendance. And now, the wait is over. Welcome to SWAC TV, your free all-access pass to the soul of the conference. Every rivalry, every win, every championship moment, captured, streamed, and celebrated. Stream SWAC TV, available on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Google Play, and Android TV. SWAC TV, where history is made and moments live forever.
What up, y'all? Welcome back again, PV Nation, the Tremaine Jackson Coaches Show. We are back, man. Listen, I know y'all hadn't seen us in a minute, but we back in full effect, and we got a lot to be able to talk about. One of the things I want to do is introduce myself. I am Karl Mayes. That's right, the host of the Tremaine Jackson Coaches Show. Sitting right next to me is the man of the hour, Tremaine Jackson. They call him Coach Jack. Coach, you know, they starting to give you all kinds of abbreviations.
All kind of names, yeah.
So you right now, I'm going to say Coach Jack today, but I don't know what it's going to be next week. Kids calling you all kinds of stuff. But anyway, y'all, we are back, man, fresh off of 2 wins, 2 weeks of wins. We're going to get a chance to be able to talk about that, but I want to make sure we get a chance to be able to thank our amazing sponsors. Y'all hear them every week. Shout out to Mustang Cat and Houston Methodist for supporting the Panther excellence both on and off the field. We want to make sure we tell you guys thank you. And big shout out to Quotes, letting us be able to take over on Thursday nights. What we like to get a chance to be able to do, take over, have a live audience, have some people, whether they went to HBCUs or not, y'all in the building, and we definitely going to talk about an upcoming opponent in about a week and a half, but it's all good. In the meantime and in between time, Coach Jack, we've had a great 2 weeks. We're going to get a chance to talk about it. Let's roll back a little bit since we didn't get a chance to talk about the week before. We're fresh off bringing the trophy home from the State Fair Classic. Shout out to, you know, all of our opponents, especially Grambling. We know it's all good. But, Coach, how did that win feel? Let's talk about it. I know it's gone a little bit, but it's a win. It's in the column. How did it feel?
Well, it's on the left side, so it's always there, right? It's always there. It was really good. You know, that was our staff's first time being at that game. I've never been to the game.
What did you think?
Oh, man. Listen, bro, it was a full-fledged concert. It was a full-fledged concert happening during the game.
During the game.
I've never seen anything like that in my life where there's a full-fledged concert happening in the game.
Yeah.
On third down.
Man,
a crucial third down.
Yes.
Yeah, and so it was just a really good atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Walsh does a good job at putting that game on. But really, man, I was really proud of all our alums and our fans. Man, I looked up, there was a lot of purple and gold in that Cotton Bowl.
Yes,
and there should be.
That's right.
And so we were really excited about that.
Right. You know, so your first experience, you know, the State Fair, some people call it the Cotton Bowl Classic, the true Cotton Bowl Classic. Yeah. You know, and then just being in that environment, you know what I'm saying? I got a chance to be able to, you know, watch the team, watch the people. I watched you from afar, and I said, he's absorbing it. How did it feel like knowing that, you know, that's a pretty big game, man. It's a lot of lights. Yep. It's a lot of fanfare. Shout out to K104. Shout out to Al Wash. Shout out to Bebe doing his thing, those that know who he is. And shout out to some of the artists that came through. Concerts, people dancing, kids on the field, a mass choir. We didn't have no room to be able to warm up. How did you keep like them focused on, hey, we're here for one thing?
Yeah, you know, when we got to Dallas on Friday, we took them to the Cotton Bowl.
Okay, good.
Say, hey, man, a lot of y'all never been to the Cotton Bowl. A lot of y'all seen it on TV.
Yeah.
I ain't really been in there on the field like that. It's been 15 years since we had played in there before, and so we went, and we just kind of all got an opportunity. They were painting the field when we went, and we all just kind of stopped on the sideline and said, man, this is why I came here.
Yes.
I came to Prairie View A&M to play in games like this.
Yes.
And so when we walked out there on Saturday, it wasn't that big a deal to us.
Right.
Because all the oohing and ahhing.
They got it out.
We got it out the way. All the Snapchatting and IG storying that they do, they got it out the way on Friday. And so we were able to just go worry about the game plan and the opponent.
That's good. And, you know, and I will say this, You know, shout out to all the young fellas. They did their thing, but man, it was a lot of distractions.
Very much so.
And from one extreme to the other, whether it be your favorite artist, some attractive people out there, whatever, it was just a lot of distractions. What did you do in the locker room to be able to let them get to a point where we got to stay focused? You got to lock in.
Yeah, we talked to them about everybody that's not in this locker room doesn't matter.
Got it.
They don't matter.
Yeah.
They're not going to have any outcome on the game. So I didn't care if Jay-Z walked through there. It wasn't going to matter.
That's right.
Because he wasn't going to have any outcome on the scoreboard or the outcome of the game.
That's right.
And really proud of our guys. We said that walking out in the pregame talk.
Yes.
And those dudes went and played like it.
They did.
It wasn't nobody on their phones at halftime.
Yeah.
Them dudes was locked in, ready to go. And we were there to prove a point.
Got it.
And so our guys
and you
really,
proved it.
Yeah, well, they adhered to it. And so we're still on the point-proving mission right now.
I know it.
But we at least got off to a good start.
Yeah.
And I was really proud of how they handled that environment. I'll tell you what the biggest distraction is.
What's that?
The hotel on Friday night.
What happened at the hotel?
Parents.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, they see their babies.
Oh, my goodness. And they got great intentions.
Yeah.
But it's just
Too much.
Oh, my goodness.
Take them out of it.
And I didn't even tell the parents where we were staying.
They found out.
It was G14 classified. They broke the seal. But our parents, they respected it. They didn't stay long. They came, did what they needed to do.
Yeah.
But, man, it was a really good event for our kids, really good game for our program.
So let me ask you this. So just to be able to, sometimes it's hard. I watched a little film 2 days ago just to remind myself. I mean, I was so crunk on the sideline that now that I watched the Alcorn game, and then I was like, man, I got to go back and watch the game so I can refresh my feeling. What, for you, and if you haven't watched it now that you've moved on a little bit, what is a great memory of a few plays that you thought the players executed pretty well?
Yeah, we had a big drop in the game early on. Man, it got wide open.
I know
dropped
exactly
the
what
ball.
you're talking about.
And it was one of those drops where it could have deflated your whole sideline. And those guys came back with a drive later on and ran the ball, had some big catches down the stretch. And then at the very end, we had to run. Everybody knew we were running the ball.
Yeah.
And we ran the ball.
Ran it.
And
with authority.
That's a big deal for us.
Yes.
But I'll tell you the biggest moment that I'll take from that.
What's that?
It ain't even the game. It's, man, I realized I'm working with my daughter go to school.
Yes.
And
I
so
saw it. That was dope.
It really hit me.
Did it?
Because all this time we just kind of been going, and she been going to school. And, man, I looked over, and she was standing next to me by the band. I'm like, man, that's my daughter.
That's a good feeling.
And so to have my daughter be a part of our football family, man, it's awesome. It's awesome. She goes to work every day. And our players really respect my daughter being in the building and what she does, and all the scouts and young people that do it. But it's just a little different when it's your daughter.
Yeah.
And to be in that moment, having a win.
And her experience it with
And her experiencing it, which is why she came to Prairie View A&M. And so it just kind of all hit me at one time.
Yeah.
And then every time we get a chance to win the trophy, we want that.
Man, the trophy felt good. I went and looked up. I want to make sure people know the name of the trophy. And correct me if I'm wrong, Cruz, because I just want to make sure that I'm on. But it's the Durley Nix Trophy. The Durley Nix, I don't know if y'all knew that. But anyway, it's the Durley Nix Trophy. We took it home as state fair classic trophy. Coach looked like, yeah, I guess that is it.
Whatever. I call it the State Fair Classic Trophy.
The State Fair Classic Trophy.
The Durley Knicks is from the TSU game.
Oh,
we got that one too, though.
Okay, we got both of them.
We got that one
regardless,
too.
You know what I'm saying? I can be politically correct because I wanted to make sure I say these trophies have names.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're going to call it the State Fair Classic Trophy.
That's
and the greatest thing in the world is Coach Jack got it on his first time out.
Well, that is a big deal.
That speaks volume. I just want you to know that. So at the end of the day, now the bar has been set. So you know the expectation. I know we got a lot of recruiting to be able to do, but every year we got to make sure we climb. Now, I do want to say this, before we move into the next game. How does it feel to be 3-0 in the swag?
We kind of don't even look at it as being 3-0.
Okay.
We tell our guys we're not going to know what we are until the end.
That's
so
good.
December 14th, we'll evaluate the season.
That's good. I like that.
That's what we'll do. And so what we've done is said, all right, we took another step.
Right.
Got a bye week. We got to win this week.
Yeah.
And then we'll take another step. We'll keep playing. So we try to be focused on what the matter at hand is. I see all the stuff. We certainly retweet it, do all that stuff because of recruiting. But internally, this is where we're supposed to be.
That's right. And what we're supposed to be doing.
And what we're supposed to be doing.
That's right.
And we got so much that we got to get better at still until we don't have time to be focused on what our record is.
I love it.
And start thinking we've arrived.
I love it.
Prairie View A&M football is not there yet.
Yeah, I like that.
So we got a long way to go still, but that's how we keep the main thing the main thing.
I like it. It just so that you know, because I'm the one that I feel like I am the conduit to being able to make sure I bridge the gap between Coach Jack and the alumni. Okay. So I feel the vibration. Just so that you know, some of them done woke up. If I could do the camera like this real quick, some of them peeked around the corner a little bit. They're like, okay. So I'm just letting you know. So they might not be all the way over there yet, because some of them be tripping. And I'm talking about y'all. I'm gonna just let you know. I understand because I feel and see the vibration. But we know you peeking around the corner a little bit. We're gonna just keep moving so they can come on around the corner.
Yeah.
All right.
I tell you this, man. Our fans from Twitter, Saturday night, love them to death.
Wow.
What
made you pick that out? What happened?
Somebody tried to be slick.
Did they?
Somebody tried to say something about, schematically what we got going on. And I'm the guy that I'll respond. Especially when I got 8 hours on the bus. If I got 8 hours on the bus.
Yes.
I done went to sleep 3 times and still ain't there. I'll respond to you after we won, especially.
Oh, got it.
And, man, somebody said something, and we didn't say anything foul. We just said we got a lot of things we still got to fix. We got to fix that foundation account.
Yeah.
We got to make sure we come to the game and we stay past halftime. We got to make sure we sell out the rest of our home games.
Yes.
And then a lot of our fans picked that up and agreed and start donating to the program.
Good. I love it.
And so that's program.
Yes.
That's when we're headed in the right direction.
That's right.
When people love the energy, they can feel it, they believe in it, and we can get everybody on board. It just helps our whole department.
I love it. And let me tell y'all something, so that you all know, get used to Coach Jack. The reason why I love him is because he'll say what's on his mind, and at the end of the day, regardless of how it makes people feel, I love it. That's transparency. We're going to continue to be transparent, y'all, because we're going to come back and talk about the challenge, talk about the upcoming week, talk about last week. The biggest thing is whatever you do, don't you go nowhere. We'll be right back. The Tremaine Jackson Coaches Show. Let's go.
Imagine you are him. Like him, you want to be your best. Your Houston Methodist Sports Medicine team uses the latest treatment and technology to keep you strong. That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. For you, Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Being a Panther means pushing past every limit on the field, on the court, and in the classroom.
Gifts to the Panther Athletic Fund help make that possible. From scholarships to equipment, your support fuels our success.
Thank you to all the Panther Athletic Fund donors.
Thank you for believing in us and supporting Panther Athletics.
What's up, PB Nation? Welcome back again to the Tremaine Jackson Coaches Show, where Panther football talks back. Listen, I want to say something. I got to make sure I do a shameless plug, because people ask, where you get that shirt at? I got it at the Prairie View bookstore. And let me tell you something. Shout out to Sonny. Sonny, listen, Sonny is somebody who looks out for the entire crew, especially me and Coach Jack. I got a chance to kick it with Sonny a little bit, and let me tell you something. If y'all ain't been by the Prairie View bookstore, you need to get by there and get some dope gear up in there. Yep. Shout out to Adidas, because they're going to start making sure they get all the product in there, because we know they're looking out for the football team and the athletics department, so we're going to look out for them. Now, back to let's talk about this past week, Coach.
Yeah.
This past week was definitely a great look. I was a little nervous a little bit watching, because I was watching from SWAC TV. Shout out to SWAC TV.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Alcorn.
Yep.
Y'all went down to Alcorn. You did your thing. What do you feel like? Because to me, I'll be very honest with you. I still feel like even though we won, we still were clearly the better team.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
So first thing I'll say is I've had a lot of people tell me, Coach, I was nervous. And so here's my thing. If you was nervous and you were watching it on SWAC TV or checking your phone on ESPN and you were nervous, just imagine what the guy in my seat felt like, right? But really low-key, I really wasn't nervous, because I know that our guys are prepared. We've been in that situation so much, right?
Yep.
And so I was like, this is going to end in a field goal. And we had a chance to end it before on 4th down.
Yep.
We're offsides. I went, this is about like us. And so what we have to do, man, we gotta go to work on that. But the game, here's the game. Everybody said they're 0-4.
Right.
If you judge football teams by their record, you sadly mistaken.
Sadly mistaken.
Like you really don't know much about anything.
Yes.
If you're judging a college football team by 0-4, man, they played Mississippi State. They played some talented teams before, right? They're really athletic. They're really fundamentally sound. They've always been like that on defense. They've had some offensive struggles. And so they were a good football team. And then when you put the environment in there, their first home game, they didn't have a lot of people, but it's already an environment that's tough to play in.
Yes, it is.
And I thought about my years at the other school going there. It's always been a one-possession game. You go back and look at the history of the scores between Prairie View A&M and Alcorn, it's always been a one-possession game.
Wow.
I think the last time we played there, we won 23-20.
Yep.
And so it's always been tight.
Right.
But I thought we had a chance to blow the game open.
We did.
We had a block punt, went for a touchdown. They said we were leaping. The guy they said leaped was 5'9". So if he leaped, we probably would have physically saw him leap, right? But that's not the way it was called. It was called that he leaped, and we had a touchdown taken off the board. I thought that hurt us, but we've got to fix some issues that we've got offensively.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah.
And there's no hiding it. There's no getting away from it.
Right.
People are going to say, you got to decide on who the quarterback needs to be. We just got to execute.
Yes. Now, I will say this. I agree with you on understanding don't go off another team's record. I'll be very honest with you. I hadn't seen Alcorn play this year. But when I watched them, they were much better than what
absolutely.
My preconceived notion was.
Absolutely.
So you're exactly right. You definitely have to take each opponent one at a time, and you have to make sure you're prepared.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, if you go in there thinking that they're about to be a pushover, that would have been sadly mistaken.
Man, them dudes came out, and they were long-bodied.
Yeah.
They were thick up top. They looked like a really good football team. It was their home opener. Everybody's parents was in the stands. There's a lot of things that go into football that people don't know about. They just look at some paper. The tail of the tape is what I call it.
Right.
What's your record? What's your offense averaging? All this stuff. And then they think that's how the game's supposed to go, right? This ain't Vegas.
No.
Man, we got to go out there and play. And when they wanted to win their first game by beating us. There's kind of a rivalry in there
Yes, it is.
that we don't really talk about a lot of. But when you go stretch on their field, you realize that it's a rival for them.
Yes,
Prairie
it
View
is.
A&M is a rival. And so I kind of didn't know that.
Yeah.
We won in a one-possession game. We lost in a one-possession game a year ago. So there's just a lot of history there.
It is a lot of history. And they say stuff like, just so that you know, if you're moving around and it's maybe even outside of sports and you run into somebody that went to Alcorn, they'll say something like, I'm from the real purple and gold.
The real purple and
gold. They say that kind of,
They said that going into the locker room.
did they?
And some other things. You know what I mean?
So that's their thing, but at the end of the day, we tell them, nah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Right?
So it is definitely a rivalry, but shout out to them for being a great opponent. Again, we got the win column. How did it feel being able to leave knowing that you got that left column?
Yeah, I don't think our fans are used to winning tough games, right? Like close, tough, gritty.
Right.
Man, that's us.
Yeah.
That's us. And so anytime we can grit one out, I thought we played so well on defense, man. I felt like we should have shut them out. We had some penalties that led to some field goals, and then they had a trick play that got them down there. But in spite of, those guys still played. So when we got back on the bus, I told them dudes, we're going to celebrate this win.
Right.
We had the bus driver dancing.
Oh, good.
She was going in. Wasn't even our bus driver. She was going in. And so, but when you work hard all week,
yes,
and you get the results that you expect, and your kids play well, then I think they deserve to celebrate.
Yeah.
And you certainly want to do that with the bye week right here.
Right.
You don't want to sit on a loss for 2 weeks.
Not at all.
So it's way better that we won in this week.
I think that's a great segue.
Yep.
So the segue is it's the bye week. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in there, but how do you keep the guys motivated? What is your expectation for your coaching staff? What are the plans to be able to get through the bye week, get a little rest and restoration? Is that what's happening?
I mean, your rest is in the eye of the beholder, right? Like
On whatever that
you got
is,
to get
right?
your own rest.
Right.
We got work to do.
Got it.
And so what we did was our coaches are out on the road recruiting.
Okay.
We took care of us first. Beginning of the week, wanted to make sure we got a great start on academics. Midterms around the corner.
Yes, they are.
We got a 3.2 GPA goal that we feel like we can reach
I love
in
it.
the fall, which everybody talks about GPAs in the spring. Well, you ain't playing football in the
Right.
spring. We want to do it while we're playing football. So that's the first thing we did.
I love it.
The second thing we did was evaluate our roster, evaluate our strategy, self-scout ourselves as coaches on what we're calling, what we're doing, are the right people in the right places. You got 6 games of data. And so we're truly at the halfway. We told our guys it's just halftime in our season. So you get in halftimes, you evaluate the first half.
That's right.
You make changes for the second half, right?
That's right.
And so that's kind of what we did. So our coaches are all gone. Man, today I had to run the offense,
Everything.
the defense, the special
A true
teams.
man of many talents at
Me
this
and
point.
the GAs. Shout out to my GAs, man. My young coaches
Shout out
really
to the
work.
GAs.
But that's what you do in the bye week. You hit the road recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people know this, but there's a new portal window. The portal window has changed to January 2nd now. So it used to be in December.
December, yeah.
So since there's no December portal window for 4-year guys, we're heavy right now in JUCO and high school recruiting. And so our guys are going out. We got them all over the country: Kansas, Mississippi, Texas, everywhere, Iowa.
Right.
We got guys all over the country. And so you take a chance to self-reflect, but you also take a chance to get better.
Right.
And that's what your roster player acquisition is the name of the game.
So how do you keep them from just absorbing, because I always say complacency is not planned, right? It's just something that just kind of happens. People get complacent in their relationships. People get complacent in their jobs.
Yep.
People get complacent in sports. How do you avoid, knowing that this is an intermediary week? Do you try to keep some kind of a routine or something? Talk to us about that.
We keep a tight leash on them now. Like we don't let them out very much.
I like that.
I know coaches that go, hey, we're just gonna kind of take the week off, and ain't no taking the week off.
No, not at all.
We're not taking the week off. But when you talk about complacency, complacency comes from assumptions. People think that just because you were, you will be. Just because you are, you will always be. That's not true. And so we tell our guys, assume nothing. Don't assume because we went 4-2 on this side that's going to happen on the backside. Because you very well could go 0-6 if you don't handle this the right way. And so you can go from feeling real good about yourself to feeling real down. That's why people that get a little money get broke real quick, and then they go from on a high to all the way down. They assume things. We don't assume anything.
Wow.
And so we try to make sure that we stay on our daily process, our weekly process. Man, we are who we are.
Stay in rhythm.
Yep, we are who we are.
Stay in rhythm. I like that. One of the things we always say is that people have a tendency of being able to start to feel themselves. And when you start to feel themselves, you find yourself by yourself.
Yep.
So you got to get to a point where you stay locked and loaded. Y'all don't go anywhere. Again, the Tremaine Jackson Coaches Show where Panther Football talks back. We'll be right back.
At Prairie View A&M University Athletics, we're building champion student athletes and a championship culture.
It's a culture of excellence in how we compete, how we graduate, and how we show up in our community.
Your gift to the Panther Athletic Fund makes it all possible, from scholarships to equipment, academics, and recruitment.
Join us, help us build champions, help us build championship culture, and give today.
Welcome back again, the Tremaine Jackson Coaches Show where Panther Football talks back. Listen, y'all, I want to make sure that I put Coach on the spot a little bit. Now, before we talk about this next week, our next week's opponent, talk about this challenge we got going on. Let's talk to PV Nation about this challenge we got.
It's the Run It Up Challenge.
The Run It Up Challenge.
The Run It Up Challenge.
Explain.
Shout out to PV versus everybody.
PV versus everybody.
Zay, man, those dudes, I don't know where the graphic came from. They came up with it.
I love it.
It's got all the right information on there. And basically what it is however many points we score that week, PV fans and alums can donate, scan the barcode, donate that amount to our Excellence Fund, which goes to NIL, which goes to getting things that we want to get for our players, extra stuff outside of things that we've already budgeted. And so it's really building complete program. I thought it was an awesome idea. Can't take any credit.
Because it challenges the team, too.
It does. It does.
I love it.
Man, I was just on the bus, and I started getting these emails from our account saying that we were getting these deposits, and a lot of people have added more money than the actual points we've scored.
I love it.
People have added hundreds of dollars to it, and so it gives our fans and alums a way to be connected to us.
Yes.
And we're certainly grateful for it. Certainly we need more.
So now does the challenge run for the remainder of the season?
Remainder of the season.
Remainder of the season. So listen, PV Nation, you got to make sure you get and be a part of the Run It Up Challenge. Now, will it be retweeted on the PBAMU FB page?
It'll be retweeted everywhere.
So you'll be able to see it on the social media. Make sure you follow PBAMU Athletics, and make sure you follow PBAMU FB, the football page. But we're going to make sure we do that, y'all. Listen, the Run It Up Challenge, be participants. Go ahead and jump in. That way it challenges our players to be able to run the score up.
We're trying to run it up.
So we're going to try to run it up. So they need to know the more they run the score up, the more money.
And it's in the Facebook alumni groups, too.
The Facebook alumni groups. So we're going to make sure we do that. The barcode will be everywhere. And then for those that are listening that run some of the alumni pages, make sure y'all grab it and make sure y'all repost it, because the Run It Up Challenge, I think it's a great challenge. You know what I'm saying? And if your money funny and your credit won't get it and your change is strange and your stock might drop, and maybe even if your crypto hit your big toe, find some money and play and get in the Run It Up Challenge. We're going to have some fun with it. Now, Coach, we got them Jaguars. We got Baton Rouge coming up. We supposed to go start taking our way down to Southern. Let's talk about Southern Jaguars, our next opponent in the SWAC. What are you doing to get the guys prepared, and what is your expectation?
Well, it's homecoming on the Bluff next week.
Homecoming on the Bluff. Shout out to all them Southern Jaguars out there.
You know, we're excited about it. Here's what we know. We know that Southern fans travel.
They do.
And we know they show up at home even better, right?
That's right.
And so it's another great environment that we get a chance to go play in. What we've done this week, like we said earlier, was worry about us.
Yeah.
And we've started on Southern, getting a couple of extra days of scouting. They've got a really big game against Bethune-Cookman this weekend.
Yes, they do.
And so they've got to get through that before they turn their focus to us. But we'll definitely be watching that one. We'll be finishing up getting that game in our final breakdown and getting ready. Man, they got one of the best defensive ends in the country.
I know who you're talking about.
He can play.
Yes.
It ain't no secret that he can play. You better have a plan for him. And then they've got a lot of good other players. They're well coached. Again, it's another team that they've been in a lot of games. I think they had Jackson State. They were winning at halftime.
So you can't let that record.
You can't. We're at the point in the season. Well, just count the records from here on.
Right.
Just treat everybody as 0-0. Count the records from here on.
That's right.
Because it's a SWAC West opponent. And depending upon what they do Saturday, they certainly don't want to fall behind in the standings. So every game matters. People are going to play up, and we're certainly looking forward to the challenge.
That's right, because I think that, PV is moving in. We've always been in this space where it's like, it's everybody's main game, so to speak. But it definitely is moving into that game that everybody wants to make sure that they take home. The other thing I want to make sure we say to PV Nation, y'all get on the highway, man. Let's slide down there. We know Southern, they travel. Let's get on the highway. Let's get down there. We know it's their homecoming week. Let's go have a great time, but also let's bring back the win. This is very important, and we'll make sure we do that. Now, let me ask you this. Do you have any particular injuries that you want people to try to heal up from so that you can make sure you have them, the week of the game?
Yeah, no, this week has really helped us. We were down a lot of guys the last 2 weeks. In certain areas, we kind of mixed and matched some things. Really proud of our coaches. Not making any excuses. Didn't have anybody out for the season.
Right.
But we had the nicks and knack injuries. Guy might have had a quad.
So it's a true next man up mentality.
Yeah, man. Listen, we traveled 70. I think we took 67. We couldn't even fill up 70, right?
Wow.
Because we just had some guys that were nicked and knacked. We're getting those guys back. They're in the flow of practice. Hopefully next week we'll have everybody back. But we don't talk a lot about injuries because we know that that's what it is.
That's part of the game.
And part of the reason why we recruited the way we recruited was to have good enough depth to step in in case anybody had to go down or went down. So.
Right. So let me ask you this. For again, those that are not football aficionados, but they're going to be watching the game and they watch football. What are some key matchups that they should kind of look out for as that game approaches? I know you said the defensive end
Yep.
for Southern. You're going to recognize him. You don't even have to say the number. You'll recognize him because he stands out. But what are some of the key matchups that, you're excited about that we can probably end up, taking on?
Yeah, the line play on both sides of the ball. Our D-line versus their O-line, their D-line versus our O-line. That's going to be a really big matchup.
Trenches going to be.
And coaches say that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's one in the trenches. Well, they're built trench out. You know what I mean? They're built inside out like that for a reason. Got a lot of respect for Coach Graves and the way he's been in this league for a long time. He's won a lot, and so he's seen a lot. But they're built there. We got to really match up. They got some longer receivers that we got to match up with and be able to have contested balls with. But then their quarterback, man, they're kind of in the midst of a quarterback situation.
Oh.
And the guys that they play, they do different things. And so it's kind of like playing us.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
It's kind of like playing us. Like you never really know. You kind of got to have not necessarily 2 game plans, but you got to be aware of who's in the game. And so we got to do a really good job of that. Thankfully, we've had 2 weeks. Well, we will have had 2 weeks to really take a look at that and kind of see how they go about it. They were on the bye last week.
So they're coming off of
They're coming off of a bye to go to Bethune. So you got to think that they've made some necessary changes. We look forward to seeing those on Saturday.
I love it. Listen, let me tell you something. Y'all need to get on the road. Be there. Because the presence of you all makes the team want to play harder, too. So at the end of the day, we need to make sure we're in the stands. They see a lot of purple and gold in the building. There's definitely going to be a lot of Southern people in their building because that's their homecoming. But at the same time, we need to show up and show out. Now, I'm not sure. Is the band going? Our band? Or do y'all know?
Cruz said, yeah.
Oh, okay. So they in the building.
Cruz knows where that band going to be.
I know.
Cruz knows. I don't be knowing.
Dr. Cruz know everything. At the end of the day, he like Dr. Roof.
Yeah. Cruz know everything.
Listen, I know we did somewhere we got some audience questions, and Dr. Cruz gave me some questions to make sure I get a chance to be able to talk about it. So, Coach, these questions are definitely going to be answered by you. Let me put on my hater blockers because, let's see what we got. And if you got some more, Cruz, make sure you feel free to be able to bring them in. We know we in production. The people are in our world right now. All right, so this first question is, can you speak to the timeout the refs took for 20 minutes in this last game? Now, people, somebody going to ask that.
We got a first down, and they decided to review it. They decided to review it. And while they were reviewing it, the review video got deleted or something happened.
I didn't know that.
And so they ended up remembering or trying to piece together where they had it. And so there was a little bit of issue with the down and distance. Alcorn's coach had a problem with the down and distance. I was trying to figure out what was going on. They were congregating, trying to figure out what was going on. And we just kind of were at a standstill for a little bit.
Yeah.
And we kept trying to get the video. They had some issues with the scoreboard and the play clock while we were there as well. And so there was a lot of technical issues.
And that's very interesting because the game was so close.
Yeah.
So the game was so close. So small things like that.
Yeah. We played without a play clock the whole game, which, we practiced without a play clock.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those deals. But there was just some confusion on where the ball was supposed to be.
Got it.
And they finally just made a decision on where the ball was supposed to be. So that's what that delay was.
And you have to go with that.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. It says, why did you take the timeout on Alcorn on the 4th down drive?
Because I wanted to get our guys some rest.
Okay.
You can't take the timeouts with you.
Right.
I
like that.
You can't leave the stadium, and I got 3 timeouts for next week.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure our guys, one, that we had the right people in the game.
Yeah.
Because we're a heavy substitution team, especially up front. So I wanted the right pass rushers or whatever we needed in the game to be in the game. But I also like to make sure that our DBs have some water in them.
Right.
We want to make sure the coverage is tight. We want to make sure we got the right call in.
That's right.
And so it's a lot of things that go in the timeout.
It's methodical.
Yeah. It's not like, let's just call a timeout to stop the clock.
Right.
Some of those instances you don't want to stop the clock.
Right.
But you have to know your team.
That's right.
And if your team needs a timeout and you got them, I think at that time we had all 3 of them. We need to take a timeout. And so that's kind of why we did that.
Okay. So another question. The offense hasn't been able to connect on big plays in the pass game. What has been the issue, and how do we fix that so that don't always have to go on those long drives like that?
Yeah, catch the ball. It's simple. But catch the ball.
Yeah.
There's no magic to this.
Right.
How do we fix it? Catch the ball.
Yeah.
It's not, oh, well, we're going to go work on catching. Well, we do that all the time.
Right.
In big moments, we have to catch the ball.
Got to catch the ball.
And we've done it before. We won our first game in a big moment by catching the ball.
That's right.
So lately, we hadn't caught the ball, and it hadn't just been one person. It's been a couple of people.
Right.
And so we've got to make sure that we're on our guys about doing the fundamentals right and staying basic, and which we have been. But those guys got to redeem themselves. And the only way to redeem yourself is by being in that situation again and making the play this time. So we're not going to hold them hostage behind it, but they know what they need to do.
Right.
And we're going to keep calling the plays to put them in that situation.
That's right.
And so we just got to be better.
Well, the good thing is that, they overcome it and keep moving forward. Because one of the things that we always say, I mean, the last play is the last play.
Yep.
And you move on to the next play.
Absolutely.
So you got to have that short-term memory?
Short-term memory.
Yeah, you got to have short-term memory.
But you still need to remember.
Yeah,
that you didn't catch the ball.
You remember, not at that moment. But yeah, I'm with you.
We remind you on Sunday.
Right. Dr. Cruz, we have a couple more questions? You good on that? Okay. All right, cool. So we want to always make sure we give our audience a chance to be able to, ask their questions. Here's the thing that I want to make sure that we do. When you go down to Southern and you got your game plan, you got your team focus, what are some things that you keep a heightened awareness for you to make sure you stay kind of ingrained and locked in on what the main thing is?
Yeah, we just try to keep a good routine.
Okay.
From the schedule that we implement on Fridays to how we leave to how we travel. If any of that is out of whack, then I'm out of whack.
Got it.
And so we've been together for 6 weeks during regular season, and we're still really getting that schedule worked out because the university we hadn't been together for travel and things of that nature.
Wow.
And so I'm one of the coaches that believes if travel is off, we play off. If the buses ain't on time, it's a mistake somewhere.
Wow.
If the escort is late, I'm mad because it's just about rhythm and timing for me. And especially when we get to Friday, man, everything's got to go a certain way for us to play a certain way because that's just how our program operates.
That says a lot about you, and I can appreciate that. I'm probably similar in my own value. I really, really ride with the term when they say, to be on time is to be late.
To be
late. That whole little thing. So that's a very, very important thing, and I think that when you hold everybody has a job, not just the team, but everybody has a job, and you hold them to that particular standard. You have to get them to know this is still teamwork.
Yep.
And it's rhythmic. So when some things are out of whack like that, I mean, I understand it throws you off, but some will say that are probably watching this. Well, you have to be prepared for miscellaneous things. What do you say to that?
So there's things that happen and there's adversity that hits, but we adjust to that. There is a routine. You wake up every morning, you brush your teeth,
That's
you
right.
put your clothes on, you go to work.
That's right.
You should take a shower in somewhere in between, right? That should happen.
For those that do.
But but you have your routine, whatever that is.
That's right.
If something happens, if it rains that day or something like that, then you just make the adjustment. So with us, we believe winning has a rhythm.
I believe
winning
it too.
has a sound and it has a rhythm. If our guys don't clap loud enough during the stretch, that's not the sound of winning. If our escort is like, we operate on Panther time. Panther time is 10 minutes before something starts. The 3 o'clock meeting starts at 2:50. And some people will say time is time. Well, you're not going to disrespect. I'm going to fix it to where you don't disrespect my time. Everybody's going to be there 10 minutes before time so we can move on and get to what we need to get to. And so we're teaching that with people that deal with our program. Some people show up right at time. Yeah. Well, you've missed that meeting.
Yeah.
That meeting is over with. And so, Ms. Thomas in our building, AD Golf, everybody knows how that works now. And that's something that we brought here that we've been doing ever since I've been in the seat.
I like it. So, from a technicality, time is a commodity.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, we don't have any to waste. Yep. And it brings me to this question. I'm going to pose a question to the audience out there. Why do people waste what they will eventually run out of? Something to think about. See you out there, Tip. The biggest thing is people waste a lot of time. We ain't wasting no time. We trying to get right to it. Listen, Panther football is definitely back. Y'all need to make sure you definitely rest this week. Make sure you keep your eyes on your opponent. But next week, I need you to be getting your hotels ready if you hadn't already got it, or your Airbnbs, or if you're sleeping in your car doing what you do your thing. The biggest thing I'm saying is make sure it's happening in Baton Rouge, Louisiana next weekend. Southern's homecoming. We get a chance to be able to make sure that we allow them to host us, but we want to make sure we come back with the dub. It's going to take you to be a part of that. Whatever you do not stop rooting for your Panthers. Coach Jack going to take them all the way to the top, and we're going to ride with him. I always say, listen, let me just jump shotgun, because I'm riding with you, bro. Outside of that, listen, one thing that you make sure you do is make sure you give Mustang Cat a big shout out. Shout out to Houston Methodist. Shout out to Quotes for letting us take over on the weekend. I'm your host, Karl Mayes, a.k.a. the King MC, a.k.a. your lady's favorite MC. The biggest thing I do want to say is we riding with Coach Jack. Do whatever you do, don't do nothing we wouldn't do. Do everything we would. We'll see y'all next week. Again, the Tremaine Jackson Coaches Show, where Panther football talks back. Holla black.
Go Panthers.
Go Panthers.
At Prairie View A&M University, excellence isn't just a word, it's our legacy. A legacy nearly 150 years in the making. You see it in our nationally ranked programs, groundbreaking research, and in our nearly 90,000 proud alumni transforming communities across the globe. Prairie View A&M University. Changemakers are bred here. Pioneers emerge here. Excellence lives here. Your brilliance belongs here. Start your journey at pvamu.edu.